just printing money up in this motherfucker? And why do we have to stop for all these people complaining online?
Hi, everybody. It is June 27th, 2025, 8:30 in the morning. This is Winter Solace, Cosmic Weapon Thule, and this is the Internet Drama Roundup segment for the podcast, where we just kind of run through a lot of the BS internet drama that's out there. And we're going to start with a bit of stuff related to the web shop. Okay, now remember this guy, this fucking Cuban Elvis impersonator, complete disgrace of a human being in Brazil that decided to open up a distro down there and operate his activity with zero concealment, zero effort to hide any of the stuff that he's doing. Where I had to go after stuff that we were involved in, ended up on Brazilian mainstream television, Vel Globo, and go make this video, how to not get your stuff seized by the authorities, which you can still go view on our Odyssey channel. And I would encourage anybody who's still struggling with that concept to go and observe that, as it's very informative. And while it goes pretty in-depth and it's pretty technical, to summarize the basic points, again, briefly, and that is the best way you can do to not get your stuff seized by the authorities. The single best and most important and difficult thing you can do is to, one, not put a swastika on your album cover. If you barring that, if you are unable to do that, I should say swastika or any illegal NS symbol. If you are unable to do that, then two, the second thing, and it's also difficult, but it's not that difficult, okay, is to not advertise openly that you're doing illegal stuff. It's just people that will pose as customers, just infiltrate everything, and all of that, and there's analysts for these intelligence agencies that just go on these blog sites, download all these scans and all the audio and everything, and go, well, we have evidence to go open up an investigation into this, whatever they want. Okay. Well, anyway, because of this guy and people in Brazil getting us opened up to investigation, because I've done so many deals down there, had a business partner down there who ripped me off $3,000. Authorities down there accuse egregiously of us being a Brazilian-based company. And so presumably they've opened up a probe or something, and as a byproduct of this, which I think is done now, I'm stopped getting notices of unauthorized access to the website from the state of Brazil where all this has happened, and somebody's still being investigated down there. Okay, that stopped, but some bot program was crawling all over the website. And so in order to stop this, where it would just go and put things in the shopping cart and never do anything. It would just go and put all this stuff. Now, does this impact the customers or the shop? Not really. However, when I banned the bot, all IP addresses from Brazil to figure out what was going on, then all of a sudden the bot came from Colombia. And then I just left it alone for a while and dealt with that because there was no orders in the shop for 2 weeks. And now the bot's from Iraq. Now the customers are from Iraq, and I have never once done business there, and I don't think that... It's not so much that they couldn't... I don't think anybody has any money there because their country is just reeling from all the nation building and democracy and lowering the age of consent to 9. I don't think they have time to buy stuff from me because they're busy doing Islam. Well, anyway, now anybody who wants to go buy stuff from the web shop has to log in and make an account before they can put it in their cart. This will help put an end to a lot of the security problems that we've been having, and would be further it's more security. This way there's no bots crawling all over or have access to doing what God knows what with whatever data is on the site. And this is, again, in this way, if somebody were to pose as a customer or attempt to infiltrate the site, we would have just more security over that. And that's just a look at what happens when you have to deal in stuff like this and the level of technological repression that's out there. But no, all warfare is just kinetic. There's none of that. It's all, just hot war. When I say, metaphysical warfare in all kinds of non-physical spaces, I'm just accused of being insane and having a schizophrenic breakdown. But there's that. Okay, so again, how to not get your stuff seized. And then, on to all the other drama that's out there. I was sent this by somebody, okay? Now, while I obviously edited out who this guy is, even though this guy is some, I guess, record black metal influencer of some kind who just films himself standing behind his collection. I guess somebody actually went out and made t-shirts of Kanye wearing black metal merch. Somebody actually went out and paid money to do that. We have the photographic evidence of that. Never mind that Kanye really completely denounced all that, I guess, or something. Because his album failed to chart and all of that. Okay, so there's that. And then, now, people may remember, okay, that somebody actually pressed and repressed, just notice it says in this second pressing, black metal action figures of black metal bands. I posted about that a long time ago. And completely failed to just become the hysterical meme that it should have been. Well, we've now reached the next phase of it. See, also on the action figures it says 18 plus. I didn't even realize that until now, because you have to be an adult to play with this and just in the fragmented, augmented reality. Well, there's the next phase of this. Okay, somebody went and made custom Telegram emojis of myself as part of a USBM Tourist Core package, including the Black Spells vocalist, who I failed to see how he is a scene tourist, as he was part of the band's Ceremony, which made its first recordings in 1992 when I was 2 years old. That fucking train just shut the fuck up. I live near railroad tracks, and every day, just God, blare on the horn. You gotta alert every single person that's on there that you cannot do that to avoid a fucking lawsuit. Just shut the fuck up. Fuck you, train. Just fuck you. Anyway, I don't see the need to name them. But yeah, see, and that photo right there of me at an axe throwing place. Okay, that is a personal profile picture I used on my personal Facebook account, which is private. Somebody went there, saved that, and there's other ones of me. There's the photo of me that in my storage unit that was leaked as part of the Midgard hack, where I look like a creep, where I go full Hannibal Lecter on people. And then there's the one of me with my orange mask at a place here in town, in glasses. There's that. And then there's the one of the... They somehow got the Drug Dark... The photo that's on Metal Archives of me wearing my Drug Darkness t-shirt and just being a living meme. And then there's this one. And they even have one, okay, of me fixing my glasses from the podcast. I mean, that one's kind of cool. And while I'm glad, if somebody wants to do this and then go and then name me Forbes CEO of the Year, because apparently me being a business just triggers people. Oh, I'm a business. The biz. Apparently that just triggers people. Okay, 115 people saw this. That's not a lot. Okay. It's not. It's nothing. But one of the ones that they did, and this just draws attention to this person. And if you're going to go and do all of this and just make custom Telegram emojis of me, and then presumably there's going to be booster packs of these. because we're all just Yu-Gi-Oh cards now, trading cards of other black metal people, if there isn't already. I mean, I don't know why I have to be the first in this. I do not know why. I mean, they always do it to me before they do it to everyone else. So, I mean, we are the test case. I mean, we are the tip of the spear. I mean, they always do this to me before they do it to everyone else. I mean, there's going to be more of these, I guarantee you, whoever did this. You know, it starts out as a joke, but it's not. And in this, telegram, these, okay, there's a bunch of women. And Melania's revenge porn law aside, okay, if you're going to go and make, and if whoever did this is listening to this, okay, if you're going to go and take my likeness without my consent and publish my real name as part of this, because they did that too, in the Telegram emojis, doxing me again, and just invade my privacy, I'm going to talk shit about you on my radio show. My podcast. I'm going to do that. I don't know why I call it a radio show. I mean, I guess it is a radio show. And they're going to go, oh, he's delusional, this thing, he's on the radio now, blah. Okay, if you're going to go do that, I'm going to talk shit about you. I don't know how long these have been around, tourist core. Okay. There's a bunch of women in these, you know, the guy from Japan that lived in Utah that died, they got photos of him. You know, more just completely disrespecting the dead. There's that. Bunch of women. And Melania's revenge porn law aside, if you are making Telegram emoji packs, mocking a bunch of women, like that, you know, are like actual real people, okay, that just screams of rejection issues. Doing something there, okay? And that by the way, is why there's no women in, like, a lot of these traditionally men-dominated activities. It's because they go show up, be women, and then men just shut that down and overreact. And that's why you get this masculine and feminine energy imbalance in the world. Which we do have. Okay? Because men aren't men anymore. They don't have character. They don't know how to conduct themselves. They don't have standards and principles. And then you get all of these spaces and just shut that down. And then as a byproduct, then you get all these men that don't go on dating sites and go, oh, well, I don't go outside and I don't talk to anybody and I'm an antisocial loser. Why don't women make the first move? Like, that's why. Okay, but one thing I want to draw attention to, and then I am done with this. Okay, one of the people in this emoji pack was the Larry Weller. Somebody went and got a bunch of photos of him. Apparently, he posted a photo of himself going to some S&M convention or something of some adult star putting her hands on. Okay, and that in itself, you know, that's not we're not talking shit about that. I don't talk shit about Larry Weller anymore after two people in his band two different people, different times, threatened to kill me over stuff or harm me, and the last guy fucking apparently worked himself up into some type of fit. The police had to be called to calm him down. That's why. Mentally imbalanced people. And now that I mention him, he's probably going to go do that again. Okay. So there's that. But Larry Weller actually found a way to go outside and get a woman to put her hands on him. Okay. He actually found a way to do that. And yet, this person who made these is just sitting there making all these emojis of people. Okay? Rather than just doing anything that's more constructive with his time. So there's that. Okay. Alright, this is not the one I want to pull up next. Okay. Alright. Now, let's talk about Draugveil again. We already did the hour video. I did that 2 days ago. It's been posted. And here I am being vindicated, factually corrected, being vindicated, backed up factually by mainstream news. This is the Herald out of Scotland. Okay. This extreme metal album blew up one weekend. Now it's accused of AI. Okay, Draugveil is making mainstream news now. Mainstream news. Okay, proving again that it's all AI. The cautionary tale surrounding AI art gets ever more ridiculous and concerning. Superstar music producer Timbaland announced an AI record label with the signing of uncanny AI singer Tata. Renowned film auteur Darren Aronofsky recently announced a partnership with Google DeepMind for his AI-driven film studio Primordial Soup, with its first project just having had its premiere at the Tribeca Festival. These examples are out in the open, attached with a clear mission statement framed by their practitioners as the next step in the future of art creation. But what about when algorithmic infection begins to worm its way out of the mainstream and into the underground, where screams of authenticity are paramount? It all began last Friday when an album by Czech black metal artist Draugveil was uploaded to YouTube. Striking cover of a young, long-haired knight draped in corpse paint laid upon a bed of roses caught the eyes of many, and its popularity snowballed instantly. Okay, them uploading that to YouTube was irrelevant because nobody is going to listen to that. Like, somebody said that I know that they said they listened to like 2 minutes of it. It's like, okay, that guy, all right, you are our expert on Draugveil. You are all knowing of that. We will defer to you if we ever need to know what that sounds like. You are our certified expert on that. But something else caught the eye of some, that the roses seemed a little off. That the rose stems protrude from the ground in unrealistic fashion. So in line of the times, accusations of AI trickery arrived swiftly and spread fast. Soon the music itself was accused of being AI, or outlines of the song formed once put through the generative music program Suno. There is no indication that this is the case, and the music is in line with what one would expect from a black metal project and band of Judas Iscariot and others. But then if AI were asked to create music in a black metal style, that is probably what it would decide to generally produce and spit out. A Reddit thread titled "Had to Leave the Band Because Singer Was Too Obsessed with AI Art" was also linked to the project, but nothing indicates a connection beyond mere conjecture of how certain details might match up. Alas, it was just another factor for many that deception was afoot in the underground metal community. The germ of the Strange Roses became the intriguing catalyst for a torrent of accusations, but that itself does not indicate the use of AI. Album covers hardly need to exist in the realm of real, and it's not out of the ordinary to find details within album art that do not line up with their real-world counterparts. For all we know, the artist was a few roses short of a bed, and the suspicious plants were digitally placed in there in image editing software, which is totally standard practice. On the part of the YouTube channel that gave the album a platform, Black Metal Promotion, they say Draugveil sent them screenshots of the songs in a digital workstation. That does not mean there's no AI in play, but then it likely means that there was a creator's hand guiding the work at the very least. But the intensity of the speculation and the sheer spread of the AI narrative setting in shows how quickly we are to jump the gun in our suspicions of AI as a looming threat waiting around every corner. That's not surprising, considering the use of AI in art is bound to get even more complicated, deceptive, and normalized. But it does not help if suddenly every artist's eccentricity is now in the firing line for inauthenticity through an assumption of AI use. Okay. Well, I want to thank this Derek MacArthur of the Herald here. Okay, I just want to thank him and take a moment to just give him a round of applause. A round of applause. Okay. You just went out there and guaranteed that everybody in black metal is going to believe 100% now, without any evidence or repudiation that this project is AI. You just completely proved the entire theory of the Mandela effect. Congratulations. You went and you did that. You went and took that and took everybody being idiots on the internet and made that into mainstream news. Is even more embarrassing than when Black Braid paid the New York Times, or the white guy in the band that did that paid the New York Times to go and promote all of that. Congratulations, you went and did that. We salute you. I salute you. Okay, because you completely took that hour-long video I made explaining exactly how this is not even real, we're all under complete AI dystopia, and further vindicated it. So, thank you. Completely vindicated. And then, now, we're going to talk about Iran again. Okay. Everybody's like, oh, it's Israel! And, okay. Now, here is me on June 17th, 2025, proving exactly what this was. Trolling all the neocons. And we're going to break this down. I gave this a couple days to cool off and explain everything, and I'm just going to go right back to my analysis here. Okay, you got all this, all our links, all our stuff. All of this. Okay. So, back down here. Alright. $12-day war. Okay, now, where we're currently at in the conflict is, the Ayatollah Khamenei just goes out there and declares victory over Israel and America, that the Jews achieved nothing, that the Iranians just slapped us in the face. He finally emerged from where he was hiding to just go out there and completely declare victory when that is the exact opposite of what happened. So they're totally delusional, okay, because, alright, Qatari air bases just shot, they have to respond. Qatar shot all that down, completely shot all that down. 13 of the 14 missiles completely negated, and one landed somewhere because it either was not correctly targeted, or it was, and it was sent to miss, doing zero damage. Okay. ICE arrested 11 Iranian nationals illegally in the U.S. over the weekend. And then some other crazed leftist person that just tried to threaten to shoot ICE agents or something. Okay. Alright, so the Iranian domestic terrorist sleeper cell theory, that, where they were going to do the uprising here, activate sleeper cells, that deport the entire, Tom Homan, deport the entire family, that guy just shut that down. They deported all those people. That's all done. Just completely, just shut that down. ICE just shut that down. Not even getting to, they did not mount anything. Okay, and then we have this ceasefire. Trump lashes out at Israel and Iran, saying, "Oh, the fuck they're doing." I mean, which is accurate. That is a completely accurate statement. Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you what happened. What I kind of had a feeling would happen. Okay, and again, as I said in the first video on Iran, okay, everyone on the right has a hard-on and is autistically fixated on Israel. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. No, I actually pressed the t-shirt even though it's out of print now. No, we didn't. We couldn't get those printed. Something different. I remember that. That's out of print now. I went and I've been there. I get it, man. I get it. It's Israel. They're scary. They weren't all wiped out. It just reminds you that, they weren't all, that didn't happen, that they didn't all get exterminated in the Holocaust. I mean, I get it. I get it that people people are upset that didn't happen, and they just rose up and aren't completely incapacitated. Okay, that's why the uber right, the people that anti-Israel right are so fixated on Israel, because they're still here. It just reminded them that they failed, and that all of the Naziist stuff is just a complete fucking failure, and it's never gonna succeed. There is no practical universe where that succeeds. Okay, and then you look at the Christian conservative right that's just all fixated. Oh, Israel. Oh, and we are guided by God. Oh. Okay, because they're just jealous that they're not the race of God's chosen people. So they're just trying to pretend. Okay, they're just trying to, worship hard enough. Give everything to Israel. And then maybe, on the other side, they can go and be one with God. Or come back in the next life and be a Jew. Okay? They want to they want to convert to Judaism. They want to do that without actually doing that. Because they don't want to go read the Talmud and do all the things, and they don't want to go live like that. And even so, they're not of the proper, tribes of Israel and the Jewish bloodlines. Okay? They want to believe, they want to be, but they can't. So that's that, okay? So once you get past that, and then you actually look at this, okay, Iran's crap. I already have the video explaining that. Anyway, here's what Trump did. Okay, now my voice impersonations aren't good, so well, BB, I need your help here. Yes, Don. Anything for you. You're the only reason I'm still in power. My parliament would have been vote of no confidence had you not been able to keep us afloat. This is what we're gonna do, baby. Okay, I'm gonna just go to Iran, and I'm gonna say you got 60 days to end the nuclear program. And then when they don't do that, because they're not gonna do that, you just go bomb the fuck out of them. Yes, Don, anything for you. We will, of course, do this, and we will build more, and you put your name, and build Golden Tower and the Crescent for you. That's fine that you do that. You go do that. You go bomb the fuck out of them. And then I'm going to troll all the neocons because they're just going to get so excited because we're finally doing this stupid war they want to do. Yes, Don, but we don't have bunker busting bomb, and we need that to get the nuclear mountain. So you need to give us more aid. So we have the bunker busting bomb. No, we'll do that. We'll get somebody to go take that out. You just do everything else. Do what you want to do. And then we'll get this. I'll get troll neocons. And then when this is all said and done, you can go to Israel and get whatever you want in the negotiation. Yes, Don, we do this for you. We do this for you. We are so grateful for you and beholden because you're the only reason I'm still in power. And you're the only reason our lobbies have any money because all of the American conservative movement comes here and just feeds into this. Of course, we do this for you. Anything for you, Don. Okay? And that's exactly kind of what happened. Okay? So, I mean, my voice impersonations are terrible. But anyway, that's kind of what happened. Okay, so Israel goes, does the proxy war. Okay, we go drop bunker busting bombs and wipe their plan off the face of the earth and end their nuclear program. See, because this is why, by the way, like Putin and all those other countries, like Macron and all those other globalist countries, like Iran, you should just go negotiate. Just go do the negotiations. Because they all figured this out, like, immediately. Okay? Because they're, you know, somebody's finally just, we don't want to deal with this. Okay? Okay, and this is where you get into what this is, and this is what in diplomacy is called a caecus maximus. Alright? In diplomacy. Okay, because everybody is pissed. World War III. Okay, everyone's pissed. All right. Well, now all the fake MAGA people just reveal themselves immediately. Immediately. Like, all the neocons just, you know, melt, and they get their dream war for 12 days. You got what you wanted for 12 days. He gave you what you wanted, and then he took it back. You get no, like, okay, Lindsey Graham has on his wall in his office or something, or somewhere, like the pen and the legislation from the war with Iraq, where we just went in there and did all the nation building and whatever. They didn't get that. You wanted that so you could just launder more money and loot the world economy again. You wanted it. You almost got it, but you didn't. Okay, so all those people reveal themselves immediately. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm all for opinions and stuff, but, okay, Trump runs government like business. You are in an organization. You are paid by that organization. You are, in effect, employed by that organization. So you are expected to go out in public and toe the line. Like Vance, if he disagrees about something, it's in all the leaked signal chats or whatever, does it in private. Okay. You're expected to go out there and toe the line and back everybody up and move forward. It's what the Democrats do, and that's how they, whenever they actually get a majority, they do something. Okay, so that happened. Okay, and then Iran does not have a nuclear program. Trump did not respond to their failed attempts to do that. Because he did this before when they did that shit in Syria where somebody crossed the line or whatever, and then they sent a bunch of Tomahawk missiles and crap there and killed somebody, and then Iran had to respond, and here's exactly how they respond. Okay? They go do something that fizzles out. And you wonder why they do this. So, you know, why do we have to troll everybody with World War III? Okay? Iran is the boss of all the Islamic countries or whatever, of all the jihadists and all those people. And what sounds better? Well, they attacked us and we lost, but we did a response that the Zionists and all that just shut down. We did something. Rather than, well, they attacked us, we did nothing, we're just going to roll over like a little bitch and hope that all you Islamic terror groups don't overthrow the government and put in some other more radicalized bastard. That's how that works. So they can save face, okay, and then they're going to go and negotiate. Iran and Israel are, and this is going to be the outcomes of this ceasefire that everybody fucked up, and that Trump even said they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's how everybody looking at this feels. Nobody even bothers that once you just get past the hard on for Israel. So, you know, these people that hate Israel go defend Iran, which is just crap. Like, you can just go and convert to Islam, throw gay people off buildings. What you want to do anyway. Here's going to be the outcome of this. I mean, this failed ceasefire. One, Iran is not going to have a nuclear weapon. And if they do, we're just going to go blow the fuck up again. Okay. I'm going to go blow it all up again. Two, Trump is going to go to NATO and the G7 G7 and talk shit about you guys. Ukraine, all the globalists, etc. Okay. And you'll notice if you look, they're propping up the Emir of Qatar. The next time this happens, so Iran gets uppity. Okay. Israel and Qatar can deal with it. Okay. This is like basic stuff from a business. Okay. And this is why all these fucking white collar, these analysts and shit, all these pundits can't figure seconds into work a day in their lives. Okay. At a real job. And anybody who works at a real job of some kind is going to understand this. Okay? If you, as an employee, run into a task or are assigned a task that is genuinely a little bigger than you can handle, you're going to go get a helper and fix all that, which is exactly what happened. And Trump, as the leader of that, now also taught people in certain ways how to deal with the problem. Teaching a man to fish. It's in the Bible. Now, and then Israel and Qatar are empowered to deal with this. And now America can go isolationist. It's not going to be a fucking disaster. Okay? That's how that works. And I don't know what Israel and Iran are getting out of the ceasefire, because guess what? It's Israel and Iran. I don't care. So that's that, and then we're going to do one more segment, and that's going to, well, two more, but one's going to be really short. And that's it for the podcast. I want to thank you, www.wintersauceproductions.com.